Dear children, good morning all. So we are discussing the chapter adolescence. What are the important features of this adolescence and what is this period and what is puberty? All these terms that we discussed in the last class. So today we can study the remaining part of the chapter that is about change in body shape. So we are discussing the changes at puberty. The first and most important one, that is the increase in height that we discussed in the last class. Okay. Next, in page number 115, you can see change in body shape. So this is also one of the remarkable change during adolescence. We can see that the boys and girls in your own class, they are extremely different from that of the junior classes. The boys are with broader shoulders and wider chest. Okay. And also the girls are also showing different types of changes in their body shape. The region below the waist becomes wider. And also in boys, the muscles of the body grow more prominently than in girls. Thus, changes in adolescent boys and also girls, they are different. And in the beginning itself, we discussed that the adolescence, that is not starting in all boys and girls uniformly. In some cases, the adolescence may start so early, while in some other cases, it may start as late. That's why some of the boys and girls look so this small and immature. Okay, while some others looks so taller and also with considerable weight. Okay. Then the next important change, there is a voice change in the voice while talking, singing, etc. We can feel that. Okay. So we know that during adolescence, all the body parts are growing. All the body parts are growing more fastly. Okay. So we know that the sound is produced by the larynx or voice box. During this adolescence, the muscles of this larynx or voice box start to grow and which will becomes out of control. That means it can produce the sound but not in a this coordinated way. That's why the boys are usually with the cracking sound during this adolescence. There is a change in the sound of this voice. And another peculiarity of this boy's neck, did you notice that? This growing voice box usually comes out as a small protruding part of the throat. And it is usually known as Adam's apple. But in case of girls, the larynx is hardly visible. We can't see the larynx very clearly by looking from outside because of its small size. It is somewhat smaller than that of the boy's larynx. And generally, girls have high-pitched volume, high-pitched voice, that is some deep sound. And boys also have a special kind of deep sound. In adolescent boys, sometimes the muscles of the growing voice box go out of control and the voice becomes hoarse or a crack. Okay. And this is not a lifelong change. Don't worry about that. This is not a lifelong change. After attaining maturity or after some months or years, 1 or 2 years, which will becomes normal or everything becomes normal. Okay. Then another change during this adolescence, that is the increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. We know that it is a stage or it is a time of fast growth. All the metabolic activities inside in our body, all these are taking place in a fast or high rate. So because of this increased rate of metabolic activity, the chance for producing waste is also very high. The timely removal of all this waste from the body is also very, very essential. And the body of this adolescence, in order to remove this extra water along with the salt and waste, the body of this adolescent sweat regularly or continuously than that of the juniors or than that of the adult ones. So that means the sweat glands which will become more active during adolescence than earlier times. Not only the sweat glands, a type of gland that is present in the face that is called sebaceous gland. Oil secreting gland that is called sebaceous gland. Okay, so the face of this adolescence looks so oily and which will result in the formation of acne, pimples, etc. over the face. So to avoid this condition, we have to wash the face regularly with water. Okay, so this is, don't worry about that. This is also a special feature of this adolescence. After attaining the maturity or after completing this adolescent period, everything will be normal. So that's all about today. The remaining changes that we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.